Welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Ronnie, and I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week in entertainment news had several topics of interest. TikTok possibly being banned in the United States by the federal government, and maybe that's one of the reasons why Universal Music Group is pulling their artists' music. Another topic of interest was Usher's visit to Bali and him visiting Russell Simmons, and Joe Budden's perceived world love for Russell Simmons. Also a topic of interest was the royal family. Allegedly, William and Kate are headed for a divorce. I don't know if William felt stifled or what, but whatever it is, it caused Kate to age not so gracefully, in my opinion. I'm confused as to if Kate is ill in the hospital or just not wanting to be seen publicly. But what I do know is that, as Tamar would say, something is not clean in the milk, based on the discrepancy about who has been taking care of the kids and who has been taking them to school. I would say that one of the most entertaining and interesting topic of all was Kaya's commentary on the Epstein list. The one story that I find the most horrifying is the Karlie Redd and Kai situation on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now, about the TikTok ban. According to ABC News, state and federal lawmakers have already banned TikTok from government-owned devices, which is true. So if you're at on your work computer, or I would say connected to a state or a federal Wi-Fi, you cannot get on to TikTok. But the federal government has repeatedly tried to broaden the restrictions to American personal devices. Now, I don't know how they're going to do that, especially when the government is not pitching in on cell phone bills other than if you go through their government phone program. And this has triggered a concern that it could give the executive branch too much power. These efforts stalled among legal challenges and led to TikTok engaging in negotiations with the U.S. American government about how TikTok can be more secure with American data. So that is a concern, that can hackers get through, or what are you going to do about security breaches? But this also brings up the talks of violations of Amendment 1. So I'm going to move on from that, but I do think that it is unfair, especially to people in the entertainment industry, that the government would try to ban TikTok. And I don't know if it's all about security reasons. I think that it may have more to do with, I would say, world power. But I'm going to move on to Usher's visit in Bali and his meeting with Russell Simmons. And I must say that it made people do a little side eye at Usher. And like, Usher, why are you doing this? Why are you out doing yoga when you're supposed to be on a honeymoon? Where was your wife, Usher? According to XXL, fans were furious with Usher about his visit with Simmons, who has faced years of sexual allegations. Also, fans were reported as being confused as to why Usher would even risk a PR nightmare of this nature, with the 2024 year being one of his biggest years in his career. Now, this is just me. I remember Russell Simmons doing all the posting. I don't remember Usher saying or posting anything. It was Russell, and I don't know why Joe Budden would think that people don't have a mind that holds Russell Simmons accountable. Now, I would say yes, Russell Simmons is, I would say, an icon in hip hop, because I do remember the Def Comedy Jam, and that was like, it was iconic. Now, I do know that Russell has apologized for the allegations, which lead me to believe that they're true. But in this instance right here, I feel like it's okay for people to be friends with who they want to be friends with and to visit whoever they want to visit. But I think that it should have been a conversation between Usher and Russell about the posting of the pictures and all of this, because it seems like Russell needed it more than Usher, because Usher hadn't said a word. But maybe it's a silence type of warning to maybe Puffy. I'm not for sure. And that's just maybe my opinion on that. But I do think that so that it wouldn't be a PR nightmare, that maybe Russell Simmons should have probably kept everything, I would say, not on social media, because everything is not for social media. The next thing that I'm going to touch on is Kaya on the Epstein list. Miss Neck My Back Kaya, or Kaya Motormouth, whatever you want to call her. Most people probably recognize Kaya as one of the hip-hop female queens from South Florida, with hits like My Neck, My Back, Respect Me, and my favorite one, which is relatively new, is called Lick Me Low. Kaya is very talented in many ways, from being a lyricist to a performer, a writer, to even being a comedian, for which I consider her damn good at. Now, I watched different commentary on the Epstein list, and none compares to Kaya. Kaya said that the freaks used to come out at night, and now they come out in broad daylight, which is true. She said everybody's name is on the list but her, the queen, and quoted some of her lyrics. And I'm not going to say what the lyrics was, because it's like, F these niggas and F these, I'll leave it like that. But I love the way that Kaya can talk about a subject or give commentary on the subject and make her lyrics relevant to that part of the commentary. So it's like what she been saying for years. She been, as King would say, been standing on business, and her words still ring true today. And if you get a chance to check out Kaya Motormouth, check her out, because she is one. When she say Motormouth, her tongue is lit like a snake. She can light you up, but it is so funny, and I actually feel like it's in good nature. So I don't know why some people get so mad at her. The last topic for today is Karlie Redd and Kai from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And I have to say, what in the whole FUC, and I know I spelled it wrong, was that? That was so ignorant to me. If people don't know, MTV has a reality show called Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and moved over from VH1. And Karlie Redd is I wanted to call her a character, but she is one of the cast members on there, and she's known for keeping up confusion and getting back at her men. But this last episode took the cake. So I'm going to say, Karlie, what in the hell are you doing? The demographics for Love and Hip Hop is 25 to 60 year olds. So why are these grown middle-aged women and men looking crazy out here for a TV relationship? This Kai man was dissed when he first appeared on the show. People talked about his looks, talked about how he dressed, how he talked, and he seemed like he was so into Karlie and everything. But it seems like every man that Karlie brings on the show embarrasses her. So some advice. Money or not, if a man can't be faithful or treat you with respect, let his ass walk. A man following a woman and his ass is cheating, then act like a kid talking through a halfway rolled up car window is ludicrous. They were arguing through a car window that was half rolled up. If you felt like that, Kai, why would you bring your overgrown ass to another man's house and then act like a whole Mitch behind the situation? And Karlie, you didn't make it any better. And I do think that it was good that you were honest with the other man, and that, you know, he knew what the situation was and what was going on. But when Kai showed up, I feel like that was very, very disrespectful. And then came acting like a kid. So I would say that all of it was just crazy. Even more than when Karlie fell out when Life gave her that fake ring. She distanced herself when Arkansas Mo turned out to be a scam. Karlie, please stop, because this is a different kind of damage. The damage is, as you being an older woman, you should set an example for younger women and how to accept, or how to have a man to respect you and that money shouldn't be the motivation for everything. So if you get a chance to check out Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, check it out. But I would say that the fuckery is on level 10 this season. And I even saw a show that Tasha K done. She was talking about Young Jock having a baby with her stepsister, and how she been said something to him, and how he said the baby wasn't his and all that. And I just feel like at this age, even Jock, stop having the babies. Stop complaining about what you have to pay out, and you continuing to have children. How about let's have sex responsibly? Okay? Remember, you can find Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence streaming live on social media. You can find us on all podcasting platforms and services and merch for the Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence show and the services by Blonde Intelligence at www.blonde-intelligence.com. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey girl, let me tell you about this podcast.
Girl, everybody has a podcast these days.
But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Really? Where can I find it?
It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media, and on rpentradio.com.
What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Give it a check, girl.